And these guys aren't fucking around.
I know.
They're not fucking around. These guys are surgical. But also, you know, it was also about paying the bills, man. And it was just like hustling. And so I was out there kind of raising myself, turning on the TV, started, you know, just getting obsessed, you know, sitting there with the, you know, the Wonder Bread and 5 stacks of,
Man, it's
you know,
like the White Stack
butter
5
and
story.
Come on. Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up, bro.
Are you talking about me?
Young YG.
That's it.
Billionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Yo, man, had a good weekend. You know, I'm trying to stick to this little schedule, but I'm gonna have to start doing going live at like 10 p.m. for a little while. Got, you know, a little busy schedule during the day, so we're gonna have to switch that up. But today, I said 8 p.m. We going live at 8 p.m. And so yeah, man, let's get into it, bro. So I want to get into a few things, man. It's been a lot going on. I really wanted to go live bad as hell yesterday, but I was like, fuck it. Nah, I said I'm going to be off on Saturday and Sunday, so I'm going to stick to it. So anyway, man, yo, Gavin Newsome is hilarious, bro. So we're going to get into some stuff with Gavin Newsome. Devin Gibson got a good video and shit funny. Then we're going to tap in, see what's going on with this whole election race. I'm going to play a video with the guy Mondani, and I really only played this video because I just want you to see like the difference in what's going on with the Democrats and the Republicans, bro. It's just not the same, bro. These people are frauds, bro. And Gavin Newsome, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, then we're going to tap in with Brian Maxwell. Allegedly, possibly Nancy Pelosi retiring, and he got some insight or revealing some information on the reasons why she might really be retiring instead of, you know, what they gonna try to say about it. But yeah, man, Gavin Newsome, bro, this dude went on All the Smoke podcast. Shout out to Matt Barnes and Stacks, man. Like, you know, Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes is super dope. They podcast is dope. Obviously, you know, they stuck in the Democrat plantation. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They had Kamala on, Obama on, I believe. You know, the whole Democrat team been on All the Smoke podcast, but I still love their show. Their show's still dope. I don't care about none of that because it don't got nothing to do with them. You know, we all take the information in differently. But one thing I can say, bro, Gavin Newsome was on All the Smoke podcast, bro. This joint was hilarious. I wish I could play more, but I just wanted to show the little snippet in the beginning because he wants to be relatable. Why do they do this? Why not just be the prep kid that you are? Just be that guy. He was good at, they say you was good at basketball, you was good at baseball, whatever the case may be. Cool, fine. Like, you're a white kid from the suburbs. Why people don't just embrace that? Why you want to get on these podcasts and try to betray yourself like you could relate? It's all right, you can't relate. People know you can't, Gavin. Like, you went to a prep school. You had parents who had money, and that's fine. He goes on All the Smoke podcast, bro, and just the whole joint is just, this dude talks about integrity, not being a liar as a politician. This dude is the definition of what a true Democrat is, but more importantly, how much they just lie, bro. They don't even care. They just keep lying. So that's what I want to get into with this first video. Shout out to Devin Gibson. He put this joint together. And it just goes to show you, bro, these people got no integrity. They truly do not care about you, bro. And this is a prime example. And I just don't see how people don't see what I see when it comes to a lot of these politicians, bro. It's not even normal, like, how much they just play you, bro. But let's get into this.
Nothing
bro.
I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you. And we all just sit there rolling our eyes going, give me a break.
Hold up.
Yo, he's a guy that I learned that he'll say anything. He'll say anything to be in some type of power. Like, that's all this dude cares about. He'll lie right to your face, tell you, you know, if smoking crack was cool, he'll tell you, man, I just got done smoking some crack right before I came on the show. Like, this dude is so fake, but it's crazy.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Sits there and lies to you. And we all just sit there rolling. Not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx.
So can we finally put that to bed?
Yeah,
we agree.
but where did that even?
No more Latinx,
like,
everybody.
Well, I just didn't even know where it came from. I'm like, what are people talking about? Impactful this has been on the Latinx community. Latinx community politicians that are banning not assault rifles, but the word Latinx. Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you. And we all just sit there rolling our eyes going, give me a break. 101 consecutive months of net job growth, California.
Hey, yo, Devin Gibson is.
We're not debating deficits anymore. We now are debating the sizes of surpluses. There's 134,000 human beings out on the streets and sidewalks.
I love how he just playing these videos and just debunking it in real time. Yo, this dude Gavin Newsome really a piece of shit. Yo, hey, yo, oh my God.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
I never had, period, full stop. I would be lying to you, and I won't lie to you, as it relates to the direct engagement I had with Joe Biden that ever suggested a cognitive decline. This president appears unhinged, unmoored by reality and facts, seems listless. He seems, dare I say, in decline, cognitively and, dare I say, forgive me, perhaps unfair, physically.
They're lunatics. They've gone crazy. They're crazed people. Trump derangement syndrome. There really is that disease.
But he iterates, he throws things out, and he plays with it, and he sees how people react. And it manifests, meaning once a mind is stretched, it never goes back to its original form. And that's my concern.
What's with all those hand movements?
Yo, he move his hands so much because he trying to distract you away from all the lies he telling. He wants you to focus on it, on his hands instead of how much he be lying.
You stood by him till the end after that disastrous debate performance, even when top Democrats were calling for him to step down. Did you ever have concerns, Governor, about his capacity
I go home
to
with
serve another 4 years?
No, I never had that direct. I just talked to the president a few hours ago. I've been privileged to have a relationship with the president.
Governor, did you legitimately...
Hey, yo, is this not funny to you, bro? Oh, my, yo, is this not hilarious, bro? This dude has... Yo, this dude is the definition of the devil, dog. This nigga does not care. Yo, he literally lies immediately. Like, he don't even give it some thought. Nothing. This dude lies so much, it's just second nature. He just don't care, bro. This is crazy.
Believe that he was capable of serving as president until January of 2029?
Yeah, I think my focus was frankly situational. It was making sure Donald Trump didn't get back into office to experience everything that we're experiencing today. And there was no interaction I had that suggested otherwise.
What's wrong with you?
Bro, he don't care, bro. These people, yo, it's so crazy. Yo, Trump got these people turning crazy. Really think about this. This one man has so many people. They just look like this. Excuse me. Jasmine Crockett, Gavin Newsome, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries. Bro, these people are cooked. I cannot believe people vote for this, bro. This stuff is crazy. And the craziest part is, bro, these are like the things that they talk about. He's talking about right now. Everybody know Biden was fucked up. It's like they was lying for mad long. My whole thing is, instead of just being like, bro, everybody sees it. We saw the debate. We even before they was falling up steps. Like, bro, they don't care, bro. They just want to push the lie.
People.
What do you say to Americans who feel misled by you and other top
misled in what
Democrats
respect? He decided to step
about the
down.
mental acuity of President Biden, that they wish you'd sounded the alarm sooner to give way for
I never
an
experienced.
open
Look,
convention?
I'm not going to substitute myself for someone else or for popular opinion. I'm going to express my relationship to my truth with the former president of the United States, including at the end of his term, quite literally, in December, which was a masterclass of foreign policy and domestic policy, which I will never forget as we walk through not just the election, but we're walking through the world we're living in. There was nothing to suggest what you just said or others have suggested in terms of my interaction. That's all I can be accountable for.
With the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with.
Look at Trump. Look at Trump. Look at Trump. Yo, Trump can't believe it. Trump looking at this dude like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Look at Trump's face, bro. Yo, this shit is so funny, bro.
We finally beat Medicare.
There's been no reflection, introspection, or course correction. So I don't see them changing. And now if you look at the front runners for president, you got Buttigieg, Kamala, Gavin, AOC. Is that the future of this party now?
Well, I don't think they have a future until they stand up to the loon wing of their party.
That's a fact, though.
The loon wing, though, the socialist wing is in control. They're about to elect Mr. Mondani mayor of New York.
Zoran Mondani, 34-year-old Democratic socialist. He's the front
Communist, not socialist, communist. He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
This group, we remember them from the Biden days when they had influence with President Biden. They hyperventilate if you use the wrong pronoun. They think Abraham Lincoln and George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Dr. Seuss and Mr. Potato Head are a bunch of racists.
Most of our Constitution, even the amendments, have been written and ratified exclusively by white, rich, land-holding men, right? There's not a single state that had a majority legislature of women that has ratified a single amendment in the current Constitution, right? So starting from the beginning and pulling that thread all the way through now, this is a white man's document, and it looks like it. So when you ask, like, is the Constitution working as intended? Pretty much. And the intention was to crush the rights and democratic participation of everybody who was not a rich white person.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
They think children ought to be able to change genders at recess. The American people don't think that. And
bro, just think about what he's saying, bro. This is true, bro. These people have gone so far that we're discussing things that just are crazy, straight loony. Like the fact that in 2025, people are on the street doing street interviews, asking a person, what's a woman? Like, people are agreeing that men can play in women's sports, that they could throw on a dress and identify as a woman. They're putting it on applications. In New Jersey, now mind you, I recently had a kid. I didn't experience this unless I wasn't in the room, maybe, possibly, don't know. I might have to ask my fiance this. But in New Jersey, allegedly, they give you the option to put, your baby as something else other than a boy or a girl. What are we talking about, bro? This is the Democrat Party today. You're not going to sit here and tell me, bro, that majority of Americans in the United States of America are actually down with most of the stuff that the Democratic Party stands for, bro. You cannot tell me Like, it's impossible.
And many Democrats don't. I want to be fair. But the loon wing does, and they're in control.
Well, I mean, who are the ones except for John Fetterman speaking out?
None. There
you go.
Because
Okay.
they're scared. They're scared. They're not scared of Senator Schumer. They're scared of Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez.
Yo, that's a fact. And you going to know, too, more about, like, after tomorrow, we're going to see what happens because they're waiting specifically for this election to make a move on all of this government shutdown stuff. If people that they want in the Democratic Party don't get elected, bro, this might be longer than people think. But just hypothetical, if they get the elections that they want, then the government will probably not be shut down no more. But this is all has to do with them, because everything that even Gavin Newsome was talking about on everything was Trump bad on all the smoke. Trump bad, TDS, everything is Trump. Everything that these people stand for and talk about is all related around Trump. No new solutions, no nothing. All is whatever is Trump doing is bad for you, and we got something better. But they never tell you what they got for you. And Madani is the only one that's telling you, and everything is free. And he's manipulated most of you to think that free actually doesn't cost. You know, it might be free for you, but it costs for other Americans. And so a lot of businesses, especially small businesses in New York City, are about to be finito because y'all about to make a dumb decision because you heard free. Like, I'm just being honest, bro. So people need to take these little elections serious because we're coming into a time where they're trying to change everything. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they have story time with drags, bro. What are we talking about? Drag queens coming to elementary schools and reading to children. Come on, bro. You're not going to sit here and tell me you voting for that. Because this is the type of stuff that these people are pushing because it's distractions, but it's more so they're trying to, change the course of how our children think, bro. So it's deep. She get goofy.
This is just your reminder that the continuing resolution that the Democrats are refusing to vote for is the exact same continuing resolution they passed 13 times under Joe Biden. Not like it's kind of the same. Not like, hey, it's similar. No, it is the exact same. Word for word. They passed 13 continuing resolutions under Joe Biden. The Republicans didn't try to shut down the government over it. They didn't try to stop them from doing it. No, they passed 13 continuing resolutions under Joe Biden, and the one that they're refusing to vote on right now, the one that they're refusing to pass, the one that's costing all of these Americans their SNAP benefits, the one that's causing all these people to go without pay, is the exact same CR, word for word. The only thing changed is the date. Like, literally, in the entire thing, the only thing that changed was the date. That's what they're refusing to vote.
So he's literally breaking this down to you in the lowest denominator, slowing it down, repeating it time. He's letting you know that these people are playing and using your starvation, if that's the case, which I don't think nobody's really starving, but there's probably some people who are not well off enough to go by a month without feeding their kids. You feel what I'm saying? Like, or having the means to feed their kids. So, bro, he's slowing it down. He's telling you word for word, it's the Democrats' fault while we're here. So come this election, if you're a person that's going to go out and put into society, you're going to vote. If not, cool. That's fine. But understand that when certain people get into these positions, certain taxes go up, your rent go up, certain things happen to where it hurts us. So you got to watch who you elect, bro. These people are trying to ruin America on purpose. And if 20 million illegal immigrants that they've flown and drove into the country and just allow here to soak up our resources ain't telling you enough, then I don't know what will at this point. Like, seriously. Like, people, it baffles me. Gavin Newsome goes on all the smoke and just lie, says whatever he thinks. Even, like, you notice when these, like, when these politicians go on these type of urban podcasts, why they don't they start to sound a little different? Like he trying to sound like, yeah, so they using slang and shit. Like, why do they do this? That's what Gavin Newsome was doing. He was doing that, lying, trying to act like he was eating mayonnaise sandwiches. Like, come on, he like, we got the Wonder Bread stacked up. Or like, shut the fuck. I eat macaroni. He think we eat Wonder Bread and macaroni and cheese, dog. Hey, yo, this dude is a clown, bro.
The thing they passed 13 times with the exact same wording. This shutdown is on the Democrats because they are just refusing to vote for something, sign something, pass something that they've already passed 13 times.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
First and foremost, this is the most corrupt administration in history. And then they're cruel enough to create work requirements for
top of the bedpost head, back of the kneecap head. God damn. Sheesh, her shit. Yo, my body ain't even that clean. God damn. Oh my God, that shit bald as fuck.
Hungry people to get SNAP.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man. Anyone who wants to receive welfare must sign an individual responsibility contract so that they are forced to agree up front to the conditions placed on receiving the benefit, and so that they will have a plan from day one on how to get themselves off of welfare, put them to work, and make them want to go to work and make it reasonable for them to go to work. It'll be mandatory work requirement for anyone receiving welfare.
The best anti-poverty program is a job, which confers not just income, but structure and dignity.
Welfare. So, like, it goes to show you, like, I love, like, the way, Devin put this whole video together, because he's giving it to you with some funny in there, but he's giving you the real on how this shit is going. Like, these people, bro, they do not care. They literally agreed on the same things. Like, when you go back and watch clips like he just showed of Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, all of them didn't agree with immigration, with immigrants just coming here illegally. They did not agree with it. Even with, he just showed you clips of Obama and them saying, basically, welfare is temporary. It's not supposed to be a long-term thing. Now they just miraculously just want to give everybody and their mother welfare now and bring 20 million illegal immigrants.
What other kinds of governmental programs are doing is paying people to fail. Insofar as they fail, they receive the money. Insofar as they succeed, even to a moderate extent, the money is taken away. This is even extended into the school systems, where they will give money to schools with low scores. Insofar as the school improves its education, the money is taken away, so that you are subsidizing people to fail in their own private lives and become more dependent upon the handouts.
The government spends approximately $8.3 billion on SNAP every single month. So if illegals were removed from the payroll, do the math, it would be reduced by the cost of 70%. Like most people, I didn't know about any of this. I had no idea.
Just think about that, bro. It should have probably, the number is probably like $2.something billion that we should be spending on SNAP benefits in America, because they giving, she's saying 70. I heard 59, which is 60%, rounded up. 60% of SNAP benefits. So even if you do 60, that's less than $4 billion that we're spending on SNAP. Just in SNAP alone, just think about how much money we're saving as Americans. And like, as you know, but they don't care, bro. They just want to sell us out, bro. These politicians are selling us out.
Afghan immigrants were the number one ethnicity, that 59% of illegals were on our payroll before the government shutdown. I had no idea. But because the Democrats wanted to weaponize food, because that's what they're doing, so their constituents would be hangry, hungry and angry, going into the holidays, we now know that those tens of millions of illegals Joe Biden aided and abetted to come into this country are collecting food stamps on mine and yours dime.
And more.
And here you thought paying for their stamps. New York City hotel rooms for a couple $100s a day, that was egregious. As for the Americans on food stamps, I have to ask, how much of your money are they getting And what exactly are they buying with the food stamps?
Day one of USDA, February 13th, is we sent letters to every governor in America being very clear that no illegal aliens can use SNAP. 0, 0, 0. We asked every state for the first time in history, and this was in February, to send us their data and let us, with Doge and a war room, actually start going through this data to better understand how this explosion of SNAP benefits happened under Joe Biden. We increased almost 40% on this program in just a couple of years under the Biden administration. Of course, we know they were trying to buy the election, but that's a conversation for another time. And since we have asked for that data, 29 states have complied. Of course, almost all the red states, a couple of couple blue states too. But in that data, and I haven't talked about this yet publicly, in that data we've studied about $100 billion in spend. We have found thousands and thousands of illegal use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've moved off just since the president took office. We've arrested about 118 people. So this has been ongoing. But Rachel, to your point, what this conversation has allowed is a national spotlight on a broken and corrupt program. We found one guy in 6 different states getting a benefit. We found about 5,000 people that are dead who are still getting benefits.
Bro, are you hearing this? Are you hearing this stuff, bro? Like, this is information that people just breeze over on a daily basis. Not understanding that these are the things that are affecting us. The reason why everybody is feeling like, yo, I don't even be having no money. I can't even save no money because all my money go to bills because the electricity high, the rent high, groceries high, gas high. Everything is high. And you wonder why. That's because all of the mayors and governors and politicians that we elect in our local cities, towns, states is doing egregious things in the government on purpose at that to make sure that you struggle, that you only just get by because they don't want you succeeding. You notice everything that the Democrat stands for is, oh, Trump wants to look out for his billionaire friends. They always trying to criticize success. Like, because they want you as a person who feels like because you're not there yet, that it's because of them that you're not in the position that you need to be in. At the same time, they making your life hard on purpose every single time you elect them, bro. Yo, this stuff, that's why I say it's bigger than Republican and Democrat. It's about power. It's about money. It's about power mainly, though. Like, these people want to stay in power because they know all of the tricks and bullshit that they do as politicians on a regular, annual basis to get over, bro. They wicked people,
Like,
bro.
it is time to drastically reform this program so that we can make sure that those who are truly needy, truly vulnerable, are getting what they need, and the rest of the corruption goes away, and we can serve the American taxpayer.
We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
Then there's the no kings fear.
President Trump, we don't want you or any other king to rule us.
We will never surrender. So Donald Trump, stay the hell out of Chicago.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Donald Trump is not a king. Donald Trump is a bully.
You're fired. You're fired.
Trump does think that he's a king, and he thinks that he can act more corruptly when the government is shut down.
If President Trump was king, the government would be open right now. If President Trump was king, you wouldn't be allowed to have your protest against him. If President Trump was king, he probably wouldn't let you have freedom of religion. If President Trump was king, he'd probably make the social media platforms censor anyone who disagreed with him. If President Trump was king, he wouldn't be reverting rights back to the states where they belong. If President Trump was king, he'd be telling us what businesses were allowed to be open and which ones wouldn't. If President Trump was a king, he'd probably force you to take an experimental... Wait, who did that? Somebody did that. I could keep going if you want, but I think we're good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Devin Gibson, bro. Dope video he put together. Just going to show you how nutty these people really are. Seriously. Let me pull this video up real quick. You know how that came off. Bro, I really just be thinking in my head, like, yo, bro, these people. And it's not, the thing with me is just like, it's not hard to really research a lot of things that they say. Like, my thing is, we can't be all right with people saying, oh, you know, he just told one lie or two lies. No, these people lie on a regular basis. So how can you trust somebody? And everybody go, oh, Trump lied about, I never heard Trump lie about nothing. Exaggerate? He does that on a regular. He exaggerates about everything. But that's just like what people in business do. He always think he's selling. But let me get into this.
From 10.
But this dude, bro, these people are not good people, bro. Let's get into this video with, here's another one.
Tell you, he is the favourite. The polls put him ahead anywhere from 10 to 16 points. So you can understand why this is such a shake-up. Let's listen in.
With the promise of cheaper groceries, Donald Trump.
Oh my, yo, I swear to God, bro, I literally was about to say, how long do you think? Because I didn't watch this, but I wanted to play it because I knew she was talking about Mondani. I knew it was going to be something with the race election. I wanted to play something on it. But anyway, I was going to say, yo, let's see how long it takes for him to bring up Trump. I told you, all they care about is Trump, bro. Let's see if he got any solutions to bringing New York City back.
Trump ran a presidential campaign committing to lowering the cost of living. What our success will show is that it is not enough to diagnose the despair in working class Americans' lives. You have to actually deliver on the agenda. And that is what we intend to do each and every day while we are in Hall. What about the relations of members of your own party about your politics? Look, if you're a member of my own party like Andrew Cuomo, I'd understand why you wouldn't support our politics. Because it's a direct challenge to everything that this former governor has stood for. A politics of impunity, a politics of selling out working class people at the behest of his billionaire donors, and a politics of telling New Yorkers what they can't do when really what they mean to say is what they won't do.
I want to know, out of everything he just said, where were the solutions at to anything?
Jeremy,
Assemblymember, I know you just said that this is more, I think, naked and abashed for your words than previous associations between the two men. Were you at all surprised to see the president go this far in support of Governor Cuomo? And then also, how do you reckon, I know you've made your own pushes into voter bases that have supported Trump in 2020 or even earlier. So how do you reckon with your own Trump voters and Cuomo's?
You know, I will always speak to every New Yorker who calls the city home. And while I'm looking to speak to Donald Trump's voters, Andrew Cuomo is looking to speak to Donald Trump's donors. That's the difference here. These are New Yorkers who voted for the president in the hopes of having a lower cost of living and who instead found that their despair was exploited as a means by which to deliver the political.
Yo, the thing is, I wonder if he really thinks in his mind that what he's saying is truthful. Or is he just like, bro, yo, to be honest with you, the cost of living really hasn't changed too much where you can actually notice. But things are going down. Gas was like $3.15. It came down all the way to like $2.80. I seen like $2.80 something. Like milk, the thing that it was bragging, like talking about, it's like I just bought some the other day. It was like $4 and some change. Things are going down. It's not dramatic, but it's going down. But remember that when like Donald Trump came into this, Donald Trump came into everything being super high. So when they say this, it's a tool. I understand this election, you're trying to get elected, so you'll say anything, but it's just not true. And the sad part is there's people out here that truly believe in this guy and really think he's going to pull through for them and he's going to make buses free and childcare free. He doesn't care. None of these things will happen. I guarantee it. None of it will happen. Nobody will be riding a bus for free in New York City. Nobody is going to get their kids watched for 8 hours a day in New York City. I guarantee it. All they care about is power. He just wants your vote so he can get in. That's it. And the people that is behind him, that's all they care about.
Prosecution of Donald Trump's enemies and the enacting of the single largest deportation force in American history.
Donald Trump.
Now, We knew in the primary that Andrew Cuomo was being funded by the same billionaire donors that gave us Donald Trump's second term. I did not, however, anticipate Andrew Cuomo going from being Donald Trump's puppet to being so nakedly his parrot. What he has said in these last few days, these are words that should shock the conscience of New Yorkers. He has said that diversity is a weakness, while forgetting which black host of the TV show he was on he was actually speaking to. He has laughed and agreed when a radio show host said that I would cheer on another 9/11. He has stood alongside the current mayor of this city as that mayor said that he was endorsing Andrew Cuomo to stop a movement that was burning churches in Nigeria, to stop New York City from becoming Europe. And as Deputy Majority Leader Mike Gianaris said, for Andrew Cuomo's closing message to be a call for Republicans to support him, it shows what we have long known, but what he was able to hide while he was in Albany, which is that Andrew Cuomo is interested more in his own power than in living up to the ideals that make so many New Yorkers proud to be Democrats.
All right.
Yo, I give it to him, bro. He's good. He's good, bro. I give it to him. You know how to talk. And that be the thing in most of these elections is that whoever talks the best wins. People don't really care about if people are really going to do what they say they're going to do. One thing that Donald Trump has proven, and the reason why I voted for him and I fuck with him, right, is because, number one, I started following them and looking into it when I realized how much they was lying. That's what I looked into first. All the hoaxes, the Russia hoax, the January 6th hoax, all of these things that they did, I looked into. 99% of it is all lies that they say about Donald Trump. like none of it is true. Then I really started getting into it, following his campaign and everything. Literally everything that Donald Trump said he was going to do, he's doing. And the Russia-Ukraine war isn't finished, and the costs haven't come down drastically yet. But them reasons are because they got Democrats fight them in court, and it's prolonging things. You got these judges, which I think they already settled, but they had to see if they was going to continue with the tariffs. And I believe that that is good. Now, the judge ruled in Trump's favor on that. But if it didn't, that would have held him up. Think about it. All that money that Trump would have had to possibly give back to these countries that he collected tariffs from. Bro, these people do not care about it. He's collecting money for America, put it in America's bank, and they're trying to stop him from doing it. Just think about this, bro. Let's get into this
administration begins a massive
TV.
purge of SNAP recipients, ineligible SNAP recipients. Doge back with the win. Yes, Doge is still operating, uncovering this widespread fraud. Of course, doing so without Elon Musk and uncovering widespread fraud in the food stamp system, including a whole chunk of fraud from California. Wait till you see this.
I didn't even know that. I know Elon and Trump had their little fallout. We actually seen them having a cordial conversation at Charlie Kirk's funeral, but I didn't even know that Doge was still doing what they do. So that's kind of fire in itself, because obviously because it shows their beef wasn't even that serious. Because if so, he would have took his guys. He would have took the guys that's doing the whole Doge operation.
We have the numbers, mind-boggling numbers. Also, early voting has begun. We have the data for this as well, including for the gubernatorial races in New Jersey, Virginia, the mayoral race in New York City, and the big one, Prop 50 in California, because tomorrow, folks, is election day. All four of these races, these elections happening tomorrow. And California, we're about to find out if Californians decide to hand their politicians, their Democrat supermajority, a whole new slew of power.
Aliens can use SNAP. 000.
So the Department of Government Efficiency is back. Doge with the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, today announcing what they're calling some of the most shocking fraud ever. All of this being uncovered in the last few weeks during the government shutdown, resulting in the purging of 700,000 ineligible recipients to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, aka SNAP. Also, a ton of people were just arrested due to this widespread fraud in the SNAP program. Brooke Rollins addressing the American people this morning, informing us that Trump started this investigation right after he got back into office. What he did was he sent out letters to all governors throughout the country officially requesting that they provide them with all of their SNAP enrollee data so that it could be audited by DOJ. Now, upon sending out these requests, only 29 states, she said, complied with the request, almost all of them being red states. 2 states, she said, responded with lawsuits. Yes, 2 states sued the USDA for even requesting their SNAP.
See what I'm saying? Like, so he breaking down, so I already played the video. Devin already played that video pretty much with the lady talking about what he's talking about, but I'm letting him run it because he's kind of giving you more the details on it. But, bro, this goes to show you how these Democrats, why are they fighting Trump? For what? He literally is trying to find the corruption and fix these problems that's going on in America, and all they're doing is going against it, bro.
Enrollee data.
Don't care about
Day one of USDA, February 13th, is we sent letters to every governor in America being very clear that no illegal aliens can use SNAP. 0, 0, 0. We asked every state for the first time in history, and this was in February, to send us their data and let us, with DOJ and a war room, actually start going through this data to better understand how this explosion of SNAP benefits happened under Joe Biden. We increased almost 40% on this program in just a couple of years under the Biden administration. Of course, we know they were trying to buy states. A couple of the use of the EBT card. We have been moving people off of SNAP. We've got almost 700,000 people, I think, we've
just purged from the program for illegally accessing these benefits, and 118 people arrested. Some of the other key findings they found.
Yo, why do you think Gavin Newsome was so mad that Trump said he's going to have some type of federal troops or somebody at these voting booths, and especially like main counties? I don't think he's doing every county in California, obviously, but he's doing it in specific counties that I guess it's a lot of voters or whatnot. But he's basically making sure that these things are going by fair. And Gavin Newsome comes on, oh, it's illegal. Oh, he wants to scare people. Like, who's going to be scared to come vote because some people are outside making sure that everything is running smooth? Might not even be like a group. There's probably like one person that goes by there making sure they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing. We know that they cheat, bro. It's already coming out. A lot of this stuff is coming out. And
during the investigation included SNAP spending surging almost 40% under Joe Biden. SNAP expenditures increasing $100 billion under Biden. Also, thousands of ineligible illegals were issued EBT cards. Illegal aliens, folks, can't receive federal SNAP benefits. Now, states, on the other hand, do have their own versions of SNAP, which do provide these benefits to illegals. One individual, Roland says, claimed benefits in 6 different states. They also found 5,000 deceased recipients were still receiving aid, even though they were dead, using their EBT cards, even though they were dead. How does that work? Here's the 21 states that refuse to comply and send in their SNAP data. Of course, California, top of the list.
Look who on there. New Jersey. Knew New Jersey was going to be on there, boy. New Jersey is
leading the charge. I wonder why. Does California have something to hide? Probably, because the numbers, the cost that taxpayers are forced to cough up for SNAP in California has just exploded, grown overwhelmingly in the last 10 years. In total, SNAP used to cost $6 billion in 2019, almost doubling 2 years later in 2021. The fraud, they said, was just massive, widespread fraud. Even in red states, there were just so many illegals ripping the system.
Sorry? On the screen in Franklin County Common Pleas Court, Ayanat Bizga, one of the 3 accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars out of Ohio's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP.
You understand?
Yes, I understand. I mean, no.
Tell them.
Due to a language barrier, a judge continued his case and the case of Joanna Maria Baselan that involves 5 counts, stating they engaged in a criminal enterprise starting last summer to steal more than $150,000 worth of welfare benefits. It's at that same time
Taking a gentleman unconscious.
Bizga crashed his minivan into a Columbus fire hydrant and was rushed to OSU East. Officers couldn't find an ID for Bizga, and he was cited for not having a driver's license.
Looks like a temp tag out of Texas. That don't look legit.
Officers couldn't match the temp tag from Texas in any database. Another plate from Virginia was found inside the van.
Pleases the court that your client does have an ICE holder.
The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services has reported losing $17 million in SNAP benefits due to fraud and theft since the summer of 2023.
I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty.
Let me know what you think about this. Should we just shut it down completely?
Nigga, he said, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. I did not do it. I did not do it, man. Bro, you're guilty. Yo, just think about all the stuff that these people are doing, though. But minimum, even if they're not hurting anybody or causing harm to people, at a minimum, because I ain't going to put that on everybody, even though we know, people have lost their lives, been great, all types of crazy stuff. People getting DUIs, killing people in car crashes. They out here driving semi-trucks. This is what the Democratic Party is doing to America, causing chaos, bro. And now Trump is trying to clean it up. And they're fighting them every step of the way. Got protesters showing up to ICE facilities, trying to stop them from doing their jobs. Bro, people need to wake up, bro. You need to wake up. I'm not sitting here saying don't look into, just blindly vote Republican and don't look into these people too. Sometimes you might get a case where neither one of them is good, But at the end of the day, do your homework and vote for the best person in your state. Like, I'm going to vote for this guy, Jack. I can't say the last name, but I'm going to vote for Jack. You heard? Tomorrow.
Completely require anyone who needs it to just simply reapply one time, produce your ID to qualify, purge the system completely. Let me know what you think. There's a lot of talk in Congress about doing this. Meanwhile, election day for 3 big races, the gubernatorial races in Virginia and New Jersey, also the mayoral race in New York City. Will we be about to have the first socialist, communist mayor in city history? Unfortunately, it looks like we will. Democrats and the media trying to portray these 3 races as delivering a huge electoral blow for Donald Trump. The Democrats are about to pick up 3 major...
Just looking at that picture, I had did a short, is on my page, of the one in Virginia. This is the stuff that irks me, is that you'll have all of these so-called black activist people, like Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, Charlemagne, all of these guys will talk about black. But literally the NAACP endorsed the white lady, Abigail Spanberger, against the Republican, her name was, Winsome Sears. I watched only a little bit of the debate that they had, but long story short, Spanberger couldn't give a clear answer on whether she was for women playing in men's sports and men being in women's sports and men being in women's spaces like locker rooms, even though she got 3 daughters. So my thing is this, I only bring that up to say is that this go even for black folks, even for us, the NAACP, which is supposed to be the highest leadership council for black people, and they're literally, going alongside this lady Spanberger just because she's a Democrat. That's it. Because there's no way that black people stand for what this lady stands for. But because they don't want to, piss these AOCs off, who's radical, and the Mandanis, they're willing to just do anything, bro. They don't care, bro. The NAACP literally went against the grain and elected, I don't know why the word the word is like skipping my brain right now. But they endorsed the Spanberger, the Democrat. It's like, bro, come on, bro. And I'm not even trying to make it like a race thing, because if Winston Sears wasn't a good candidate, then I can understand it. You know what I mean? But you claim that you stand for, black leadership and all of this. You got a black woman who's running for this race, and she's talking sense, logic, and you don't back her because she's a Republican.
Races, they're saying Trump being underwater in all three of them. Is this the end for Trump's popularity? That's how mainstream media Democrats are portraying what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, is that what's really happening? All three of these are blue states, folks, and cities. Virginia just so happens today to have a Republican governor. That's because the last election for the Democrats was terrible. But make no mistake, Virginia is a blue state. Watch how CNN's portraying this. Then we're going to look at what's really happening on the ground with these races.
I mean, the common denominator here is Donald Trump, and Democrats are on the precipice of delivering a huge blow to Donald Trump in his second term. What are we talking about here? Well, why don't we just look? Democrats lead all the key races. You go to New Jersey governor. That's really the only close one. Mikey Sherrill, the Democrat, up by 6 points. Abigail Spanberger in Virginia, up by 10. Zohran Mamdani, up by 16 points in New York City. The bottom line is this. Yes, there are ideological differences between the Democrats, but the key common component is they are all going after Donald Trump, and all the Democrats lead from New Jersey to Virginia to New York.
Just think about that. That's all they got, bruh. That's all they got. That's funny that he said that. They all leading and going after Donald Trump. That's all it's about. So just imagine, as a president, being in Donald Trump's shoes, and literally every day of your presidency, you're trying to do the right things for the country, lead the country, out of wars and all of the, drop prices and rent and all of this stuff, trying to make things, back to normal, or if not better, for Americans. And then you got Democrats who are literally doing any and everything to stop Donald Trump. Like, these people, I believe, and I believe they have in the past, they will literally start anything, whether it's like anything. They cool with people burning down the cities. They cool with another pandemic. Bro, they do not care, bro. That's the scariest part about all of this, is that the lengths that these people are willing to go, they are willing to sacrifice lives. Understand that, bro. They're cool with sacrificing lives because they'll say it was for the greater good. I'm telling you, bro. These people are wicked.
York City, they all lead the Republican and independent opponents.
How much is he impacting the cases? Never mind that they want to beat him in their minds. It's sort of like, hey, this is to show you that we can beat you. But how much is he affecting these?
I mean, look, Donald Trump is a huge, huge drag in all of these races. Look at his net popularity ratings. In New Jersey, he's 11 points underwater. Virginia, 14 points underwater. Not much of a big surprise in New York. He's 35 points underwater. And I will note nationally in my aggregate polls, he's about 13 points underwater. In our CNN poll, he's way below that, which looks a lot like New Jersey, a lot like Virginia. So these races, in my mind, could be huge bellwethers going into next year to understanding how Donald Trump is impacting these races. He is a huge, huge drag in across the board, New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City.
Look, the mainstream networks always do this. They try to boost Dem turnout by making it look like the Republican doesn't have a chance. In New Jersey, for instance, Real Clear polling puts Citarelli, the Republican, only behind by 3 points. That's 1 point away from a statistical tie. And if Citarelli were to take New Jersey, that would be like a huge rebuke of the Democrat brand. It would be the opposite, the complete opposite of what Harry Enten on CNN.
So make sure y'all go out and vote, bro. Go out and vote. Vote Citarelli, Jack Citarelli, and that's that.
And wants you to believe, even if he doesn't win Citarelli, the fact that it's this close in blue New Jersey tells you that Democrats have a problem. Now, the most important election isn't for a candidate tomorrow. It's for a proposition. Governor Newsom's Proposition 50 on the ballot tomorrow. We've covered this extensively in recent weeks because it's important, very important. Should Californians vote yes for Prop 50, they will be handing full control to the Democrat supermajority to gerrymander away the state. The only good thing about California politics could be voted away tomorrow. And Gavin Newsome today holding a press conference, appearing very confident in his chances. Watch.
Period, full stop. That's why he made the call to Greg Abbott saying he's entitled to 5 seats. That's why he sent J.D. Vance to Indiana. That's why he moved them to make the decision they did in Missouri. That's why they moved in North Carolina. These guys are not screwing around. But I'll end on this. They did not expect California. They did not expect all of you. They thought we were going to write an op-ed, have a candlelight visual, maybe do a rally. They poked the bear, and the bear is poking back, and we're going to get out there and win and send a powerful message, not only to the people of the state of California, but to people all over the United States of America.
If you live in...
Yo, bro, I give it to him, bro. That nigga's a politician through and through, bro. This dude is so fake, bro. I can't believe that people actually, like, it really blows. I think that's the part that it blows my mind, that, like, we don't have no, like, people don't care, bro. It's crazy, bro. People are really slaves to a party to the point where they'll elect somebody that they know is not good. It's not good, but they'll still vote because they're slaves, bro.
California and you haven't voted early, make sure to get to the polls tomorrow. This one is important, folks. The only good thing about this is we just had the chance to see Newsome's wife today. Personally, I've never seen her speak publicly before. I've never checked. I've never looked her up. But look, if you thought Tim Walz's wife was bad, remember her? Super vitriolic, unhinged, even the opposite of what you think of when you imagine a first lady, or in California's lingo, first partner.
Yes. I won't raise them to think his terror enables his power and that his greed equals success. He is the exact opposite of what real strength looks like. So in our house, Gavin and I will continue to teach our kids what strength really looks like. If you see someone sitting alone at a table, you invite them to your table. If you see someone being bullied, you speak up and ask an adult for help. And you always, always tell the truth. Maybe
Yo, the fact that you gotta say that you don't lie, or the best thing to do is to tell the truth. You just can't lie. If you gotta keep telling people that you don't lie, more than likely you lie. You lie a lot at that.
Donald Trump's parents had taught him any of these lessons, we wouldn't be in this mess. On the contrary, Trump is enriching his immediate family and cronies. He is stripping away our rights and our democracy. When he knows he's going to lose, he cheats. When the game isn't rigged for him, he rigs it himself. Sometimes no is a full sentence. Trust me. That's right. But Donald Trump's never accepted no for an answer. He's a con artist, a predator, a malignant narcissist, in chief, and the worst president in our nation's history.
You don't see Melania Trump acting like that. Lord help.
Yo, yo, shout out to RJTalksTV. Make sure you go tap in if you're not tapped in. But yo, bro, this... Even his wife has TDS. Her whole speech was about Donald Trump. This dude is the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT, bro. All they talk about is Trump. That's it. Everything is Trump. They probably don't even go throughout. Any of these people probably never go a day without saying Donald Trump. Like, goddamn, you got to be powerful, man. Like, these people are crazy, bro. Anyway, let's get on to this next video with my guy, Brian Maxwell. If you're not tapped in. All the links to these videos will be in the description. Well, links to the profiles. But let's get into this last one with my guy, Brian Maxwell.
Well, the rumor mill has been spinning that Nancy Pelosi is about to retire from Congress at 85 years old. And you know what that's going to cause? A huge vacuum in the Democrat Party. But why is Nancy retiring? Wait till I tell you why she's retiring. But let me let you check out this story by Jesse Waters, because in this video, I'm going to show you the rumor, but then you're going to hear from Nancy Pelosi herself. And I'm going to show you a video clip of one of the main reasons why she has got to step away and why there should be age limits when it comes to congressional and Senate seats. So check out this clip from Jesse Waters as he breaks down what the rumor mill was swirling at the end of October. Check this out.
Kamala bankrupted the whole kingdom. The DNC is still behind on bills. They're still paying off Kamala's debt. Just last week, the DNC tried to throw a fundraiser in San Francisco with Harris as the headliner, and the donors were like, lose this number. One anonymous donor replied with a profanity-laced rejection. Nancy might not be around for long either. Democrats are throwing around the R word.
Oh, shit.
Retired. Word is next month, she's making a big ol' announcement. The Pauly Pete portfolio had a good run, but good things come to an end. The saying usually goes, mo money, mo problems, but for Democrats, it's no money, more problems. Democrats are so strapped for cash, they won't even take a pay cut in solidarity with bureaucrats.
Some members are voluntarily not taking pay. Are you on board with that?
No. There's Bernie. Kamala bankrupted.
So as you heard, Chris Murphy flat out said that he's not okay with not taking pay while they've got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people not getting paid while they force a government shutdown. And see, it's senators like him that just piss you off when you hear them say stuff like that. Even though he wants to bring the pain, he's not willing to go through it. But on the heels of Jesse Waters' story, which was, I think, October the 22nd, here's the latest news that have come down the pipe. Nancy Pelosi is retiring from Congress and will not seek re-election. I'm going to touch on a little bit of this article, and then I'm going to get into the clips where you hear direct.
Bro, they in the process. They're in the process of going super radical, bro. It's about to be out with the old and with the new. They need because they feel like they got to go young because they're not relating to the newer generation at all. So they trying to go full commie, radical. Bro, these people, man, it's so crazy, bro, that, a race of people can be manipulated for so long and still be willing to keep being lied to and manipulated to get your vote. It's
from her
crazy.
On what's going on. Democrat Rep Nancy Pelosi is reportedly preparing to retire from Congress at the end of her current term, marking the end of nearly 4 decades in office and 2 historic stints as Speaker of the House. Not to mention
bro, just think about that. Hold on, bro. 4 decades this woman been making. She's been in the 1% bracket. 2%, whatever you want to call it. She has been in the government for 40 years, 4 generations. This woman has been in there, bro, soaking up resources from us, robbing us. And just think about it. When she started, she probably had $1,000 in the bank, a fucking degree, and was an attorney or something, right? Had a good little thing going on. Now this woman, right, never had a business, nothing. Now this woman is worth upwards of $400 million, bro. Working in the government, you listen, if you want to do not much, maybe nothing at all, and make upwards of $200 to $400 million in the government, that's the way you need to go. You need to go that way if you're looking for a career.
The $300 million she's made after she became Speaker in 2007. Do you know most of her wealth came between 2007 and right now? According to an NBC News report, multiple Democratic Party sources say Pelosi, 85, plans to announce her retirement after Tuesday's elections. The news has left Democrats bracing for a major shift in leadership. She's going out with Prop 50 overwhelmingly passing, and what a crowning achievement for her to do that, one unnamed California House Democrat told NBC News. And that's another thing. This Prop 50, there's over 40% of Republicans in that state. And little do the voters in that state realize when Gavin Newsome saying it's temporary, they're doing away with independent voter independent districting. Now, since the Democrats have a super majority in California, the Democrats are going to rig it the way that they want. So those Republicans, those 5 Republican seats are now going to be up for challenge. And so they're expecting Prop 50 to win. And all that's going to do is trigger the conservative states that do have room, because they didn't gerrymander their states, to push the pedal to the metal. And the Democrats don't have a way. They might lose. They might pick up 5 seats. But with the Republicans pushing their agenda, Republicans still going to pick up a huge amount. Remember, the Democrats started this war. Republicans are going to finish it. But so she's wanting to go out after the Tuesday elections. Now, in reality, what's being said, word on the street, is that Nancy Pelosi is facing being primary by the socialist wing of the party. See, regardless if we want to, the Democrats want to admit it or not, they have allowed the far left to take over their party. And so in radicalized states like California, or in deep blue areas, deep blue cities like New York City, that leftist radical socialist crap works. But when you look statewide in New York, Elise Stefanik is beating Kathy Hochul. Out in California, we see what Gavin Newsome has done to that state. Gavin Newsome does not have the juice to come out on a national stage and say, hey, y'all, look at what I did for California. This is what I can do for the country. The only people that would like to hear that would be radical radicalized socialist Democrats who want to see destruction, who want to see starvation, because they want to move like a socialist society. And in socialism around the world, whenever it's been instituted, it has never worked. And so they're taking these radical views and these things, and they're trying to use this AOC, Bernie type approach. AOC's in the Bronx. Bernie Sanders, where's he at? Like in Vermont. You take that to Texas, Ohio, Indiana, Florida, it's not going to fly. So let's get into this clip, which really gives us an example of why Nancy Pelosi needed to step down. It was time. Check out this as pencil neck Adam Schiff makes a statement. I'm going to let the video speak for itself. Check this out.
I will now turn the microphone over to my friend and the strongest champion of democracy we have seen in these trying times, and that is House Speaker America.
She looked miserable as hell over there. Look at her whole existence. She just looking like this bitch ass nigga, man. Motherfucker gonna kick me out and shit. I should kill this nigga. Look at her face, bro.
Nancy Pelosi.
Tell that to the Supreme Court.
Old as hell,
Tell them to the Supreme Court, Supreme Court that decided Citizens United to undermine our democracy. To the distinguished, excuse me. Okay, excuse me. And here we are, and I'm honored to join our.
Bro, she got the Joe Biden. She got the Joe Biden syndrome.
Of course, our champion for all of this, Adam Schiff. As a member of the House staff of Mr. Adam Schiff, of Senator Adam Schiff, never before has this legislation been more necessary.
Let's have another round.
That's just sad. Did you see that? God, if you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, because I will never ask you for a Cash App, donation, or super chat. You hitting that like button, it really helps the video get out there. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And whether you're subscribed already or subscribing now, make sure you hit the notification bell and select all. YouTube misses sending out notifications, but when you select all, YouTube will make sure you get notified when I upload new videos. I mean, she was off the sauce, it looks like to me, allegedly. What do you think? Put it in the comments. And do you think she was hammered, or do you think that that's just age right there?
No, I think it's a little bit of both. I think she definitely drinks. Or she might have had a drink before she came to that event. But she's definitely old, bro. Like, you see her, bro, she just looks like she can't formulate any thoughts.
But let's hear from her, from herself. Let's hear what Nancy has to tell us. Don't look like she's off the sauce right here. Check this clip out as she explains her decision as far as with retirement.
I have said I won't do anything until after Proposition 50. So tomorrow night will be very fraught with meaning for all of us. I want to win big. I think we can win big. And I don't want to be spending time on whatever I might be doing. I want to spend my time on what we're doing, working together to get out the vote. Own the ground. You win the election by owning the ground. And you can have all the persuasion in the world. You can have the biggest numbers in the polls. But if you don't own the ground, you're only having a conversation. You're not having a victory.
Nancy Pelosi looks like she from Whoville. Yo, Nancy needed to go hang it up, man. Like, come on, bro. Yo, listen, man. These people are crazy, bro. We need to tighten up, man. Like, we need to tighten up. You need to go out and vote tomorrow. Like, that's the whole point of this video. Go out and vote. Take 20 minutes out of your day at some point. Go vote real quick. Because, bro, these next 4 years is going to be vital, man. Because it's going to show people what to look forward to in 2028. Because there's going to be candidates like J.D. Vance, of course. Who else? Like, it's going to be plenty of them that's going to run. That's going to take a chance to run. And we need to understand, like, who's representing what. You know what I mean? And you really got to start tapping in on your own, though. Stop just banking off MSNBC, CNN, or even Fox trying to tell you what's going on. Do your research. Look into them, too, but look into other people and what they talking about. Because these elections are
You know something that I realized that
consequential,
Democrats have lost sight on? I get it. The door knocking days, those things work. And I think some people still do that. But really think about something. If a random person shows up on your porch knocking and you look outside and they got on regular clothes, because these folks aren't like employees of the government. I mean, do they wear name tags and badges? I doubt it. They got clipboards or laptops walking around knocking on doors. Are you opening? Because I'm going to tell you right now, when somebody knocks, for one, I have a huge privacy gate, like a 10-foot tall privacy gate that goes around my whole property. So you got to push my bell, which has a camera attached to it, outside the gate. I'm not getting up, coming outside, opening my gate. But people that I know that have their door, they're looking and saying, yeah, can I help you? And the person's like, hey, we want to talk to you about it. Oh, no, thank you. Why? Because they don't want to share that information with a stranger who they voting for. That's private. So you saw during the Trump campaign, they took it to the internet. The Democrats don't have anybody that is on the internet that's not deranged, that people can listen to. Anytime you listen to a Democrat speak, it sounds deranged. Even with Ro Khanna, he tries to seem like a moderate, but he can't help it. He's a Democrat. So even he slips in deranged statements like, hey, we're not giving illegal immigrants any free health care. As a matter of fact, the money we give to illegals only eats up 10% of our budget. Now, bro, you just said you're not giving it to illegals because it's against the law. But
facts, bro. They just lie, bro. They lie. Let me
in the same breath, you'll say we're only using 10% of our budget on illegal immigrants. So that's what these people do. And Nancy Pelosi, did you know that she's Gavin Newsom's aunt? A lot of people don't know that. They're related. How do you think it helped Newsom get to where he is? And I will tell you, Nancy Pelosi for years was a hammer swinger in the party. Regardless if I don't like the Democrats' agenda, that lady didn't play when it came to coordinating, organizing that party to try to institute whatever. All the radical crap you see right now is the seed of her. And this is why I don't trust these folks that be super old. Let me rephrase that are later in years of life making decisions that when they come into effect, they won't even be here anymore. To all my seniors, now is.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Brian Maxwell, man. Dope video. Yeah, man, these people are super radical, man. It's vital that we get out here and really vote, man. I wanted to play this. I wanted to play I gotta chop it up though, but I wanted to play a couple segments from. Matter of fact, fuck it. Let's see if we can find something real quick. Cause I wanted to play I'm gonna see if I can look up highlights for it. Kamala Harris on with Jon Stewart. I think his name is Jon Stewart. She was on his show. And bro, this lady, I think that's his name. Let me see. This shit was funny. All right. Damn. Let's do this. All right. I wanted to play that. I think Benny Gibson actually is going to, I think he got something. Benny Johnson, I said Benny Gibson. What the fuck am I talking about? Let's see. Cause yo, bro, she's another loony. All right, here we go. So she's another one who, bro, they just lie so much. It'd be cool if you had a few like who were just moderate, regular, who talk common sense, right? That you could relate to. It's not a single person in the Democratic Party right now that the average American can relate to at all, bro. These people are way off a cliff somewhere. They do not give a fuck, bro. All they care about is getting power. They will say anything, do anything. Like, they don't even understand that. Like, Gavin Newsome really thinks that he really went to that All the Smoke interview and really said, yo, I gotta beat down. That's all he was thinking. Let me nail this interview so I can get the black vote. Like, to the point where this dude said I had Wonder Bread stacked up. Just like when Kamala said that she cooks her collard greens in a bathtub. My God, she thinks that black people do that, bruh. Bruh. They will say anything. Didn't Hillary Clinton say she keep hot sauce on her or some shit? Bro, Biden told you ain't black if you don't vote for Democrats. If you don't vote Democrat. If you didn't vote for him, you weren't even black. He told Charlamagne the God. Let's get into this. I'm gonna play this. Oh, my bad. Play this last video. Hold on. My bad. I ain't cue it up on the other one. All right, here we go.
What's up, guys? Spenny. One of my favorite parts of the last few months has been watching the grifter class from the Biden regime go around trying to sell books because they can't make money anywhere else, and trying to explain to us that a man who pooped his pants on live TV, which is the only explanation for Joe Biden leaving mid-interview during a live interview. You wonder why he never did any live interviews? This is why. And then wobbling off set. It is a remarkable thing to see. In the middle of a question, Joe Biden just gets up, leaves, takes the microphone with him, and runs away. The cameraman here deserves
shit live on television.
Some type of cinematography award for capturing all of it. Certainly not the only time that Joe Biden has wobbled away humiliatingly on camera. This, of course, is the last time Joe Biden was on camera at a campaign.
Bro, they literally said Joe Biden was sharp. Like, they couldn't keep up with him. They said his intelligence was so high that they couldn't even fathom it. They couldn't believe it. Nobody can stand next to him. He just, his aura, his stamina was so much that we couldn't even keep up. Shut the fuck up. Bro, this dude, no, and it's messed up because all they did was use Joe Biden. That's all they did. They used him. They literally used this dude. They said, listen, dude, we need you to just stand up straight. We're gonna put some morphine in you, and I just need you to do what you gotta do, all right? We just need you to stand. That's all they wanted him to do. This joint is crazy, bro. Oh my God, man. Shout out to Vinny.
Event, and Barack Obama had to physically assist him off of the stage. It's really hard to watch, frankly. You can tell that Joe Biden halting and incapable of moving under his own power, critically thinking or operating, needed to be minded to and cared for by somebody who still had their capacities. Watch Barack Obama literally take him by the arm. You've seen it a million times, but, well, it's worth revisiting to show you what liars, how horrible these people are. Look at how frail Joe Biden is. And a reminder that Joe Biden, in his last time really ever on camera before dropping out of the race, couldn't even get into the vehicle. Couldn't even get into the beast.
Bro, this is
Here's
how
Joe
much
Biden,
they don't care, though.
Unable.
They were willing to prop Joe Biden up like Weekend at Bernie's, bruh. They were trying to prop him up like Weekend at Bernie's, bruh. This nigga half dead. And I ain't trying to wish that on him, but I'm just saying, just using that as a metaphor. They literally propping this dude up, knowing that he's not all there, bro. So just think, we know the auto pen scandal is coming to light, and a lot of stuff is about to be null and void. People need to be scared. That's why they're going after Trump so bad on everything and want you to be so scared, because they're really scared because they know Donald Trump knows what's going on and he's coming after them one by one. He's coming after them one by one, bro. I told you, Trump changed the game forever in politics. And believe it or not, bro, he exposed politics, bro. He exposed the deep state. Nobody even said the word deep state until Donald Trump came into office. He's the first president to actually look into the corruption and actually gave you factual information on all of the corruption that's going on in the government. Does this sound like a dictator? Does this sound like a guy who wants to exert so much power? No, he's exposing the lie, the big lie, which is that, all of these things that the Democrats put in place were going to benefit you, when all it did was cause destruction in every city across the nation, bro. Every city, bro. Every black neighborhood is still the way it was 50 years ago. Terrible.
To get into the car, the Secret Service had to come up from behind him and foist him into the vehicle, push him into the car. You can see here. Joe Biden can't get into the car by himself. Of course, obviously, as you know, had to take the short stairs down Air Force One. And this is something very unique. You never see this with President Trump. A Secret Service agent following Joe Biden down the stairs in order to catch him in case something went wrong. You've never seen anything like this before. Look at how closely the agent is following him. You would never see this with Trump. Joe Biden, no most slipping there. Goodness. Anyway, the point is that the people who are complicit in all of this are completely evil. It's crazy. And though even the Democrat apparatus that is designed in order to protect the party at all costs and with all their humiliation is crashing out. Kamala Harris, trying to sell her book, shocks Jon Stewart by insisting that Biden was fully competent to serve another term, and then going on an expletive-laden rant about President Trump's White House. So Kamala just totally and completely crashing out here. Let's go with the lie first.
Is fully competent to serve.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
That surprises me, actually.
No, I do.
Look at his face. He's like, what? Because he's like, I'm gonna finish it at, like, bro, he is looking like this is the point where he realizes that these people will say anything, do anything to keep the lie going. They don't care, bro.
But there's a distinction to be made between running for president and being president.
What's the distinction?
Well, being a candidate for president of the United States is about being in a marathon at a sprinter's pace, having tomatoes thrown at you every step you take.
Shut up. What does that even mean?
What are you talking
and now Jon
about?
Stewart has to put on his his propagandist hat again. Listen to this.
Sitting president while doing that, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I think it's a hard case to make for people that.
Oh, man.
So, Jon Stewart doesn't ask any follow-up questions. Yes, 0 follow-up questions there. Kamala says, no, he was fully competent to serve. Nah, brah. I got footage of him being unable to get into a waiting vehicle, which, by the way, this isn't the Beast. President should never travel in a vehicle like this. And this is an SUV that they had because they created an SUV because Joe Biden couldn't move. He couldn't get down low enough to actually sit inside of the Beast, the one that President Trump drives in. So even with the manufactured vehicle for his handicaps, Joe Biden is still unable to get into the car. So no, he wasn't fit to be president if he's unable to get into a car. Now there's
man. Shout out to I didn't even expect to play that. I just wanted to play that one little clip. But I was gonna maybe I'll still do it. But I wanted to put this clip together of some highlights from that interview that she had. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it. I want to play it tomorrow at 10 p.m. So make sure y'all lock in with me at 10 p.m. tomorrow. But bro, they don't care, bro. Kamala, she's running around trying to sell her book. lying about Joe Biden and how she wouldn't have changed nothing, and he was so, in his bag. He had everything. He was strong, and bro, come on, bro. It's time for everybody to just wake up and realize that the Republican Party is the party to go with at this time. They're being logical. The things that they stand for, I can relate to as an entrepreneur, as somebody that wants to further themselves in America, understanding that everything that Donald Trump is doing is for the betterment of America and Americans. He's getting illegal immigrants out of the country, saying, listen, we're not stopping immigrants from coming in the country. We're saying that you got to come in the front door. So 60% basically of illegal immigrants off a snap out of the country, how much money that alone is going to save. Plus all of the business that he's bringing in America, the tariff revenue that he's bringing in America. The one big beautiful bill, when that passes, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, things that benefit Americans, period. Hopefully get the healthcare situation under control where they put something in place that makes sense. But all the people that they're telling, that Obama used to tell people, to get a job. Get a job, be a productive member of society, do what you got to do out here to make it. But more importantly, use welfare as a temporary tool to get on your feet, and not how the Democrats want you to use it, where literally whole cities, damn near whole populations of towns are on SNAP. All these illegal immigrants soaking up resources, bro. Wake the fuck up, people. Go out there and vote, man. Vote because it count, man. Everything going up. Yo, I live in an apartment, bro. They trying to go up. Well, they're not trying. They're going up. $300, bro, on the rent. If I want to renew my lease. It's crazy, bro. I live in New Jersey. High as hell to live here. And this is why I'm so considering moving out of New Jersey. Probably going to Texas. That's like my first, maybe. Or North Carolina. I either want to move to Texas, North Carolina, or Florida. But Florida, man, they be having gators and shit. I don't know if I'm... yeah, man, you come out back, motherfucker gator, be right there, and I don't know about all that. But I was really considering North Carolina first, really, and then Texas. But I definitely, in the next couple years, I'm getting the hell out of Jersey. It's too high to live here, bro. Like, you really, truly can't... Like, when I still can't get over the this guy from this complex I was looking at said, you got to make 3 times the rent. It was the first time I heard it. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck is making that? You know what I mean? Depending on what you make, it's like, who's making 3 times that? Nobody, bro. You got to be working 2 jobs in order to get paid what they're trying to say. I think the rent that it was like close to $1,700. They wanted you to make 3 times that in order to qualify to even move in. They tripping, bro. The stuff that they be doing, bro, mad corrupt. They just want to raise our taxes. So this girl, Mickey Shirley, that's on there. She's, whatever she represents, I know it's in Jersey. She's going to be raising taxes and shit. So make sure y'all go out and vote, man. It's your boy SL550. This is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Hope the show was good. If you think so, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, most importantly. Also, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy drop a dope video. Also, comment. Yo, my last video got like 300 views, 16 comments, like 12 likes last time I looked at it. Appreciate the love. I appreciate people commenting, keeping the conversation going. This is what this is about. It's for us to, because I be trying to be funny, but at the same time, I be dead serious. I really try to hit everybody back. At this moment, I can hit everybody back, so I do. And, yeah, man, I don't care whether it's good, bad, indifferent. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. And that's what it's all about, baby. It's your boy SL550. I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.